I thought I'd do a video on equipments that I have on my lab, and I'm talking about the IT equipments like the PCs and stuff like that. Just somebody asked me what the PCs and stuff I got on my lab, well, just not on my lab, what kind of stuff I use. So I thought I'd just do a little quick video to show you what I've got. First off, I got this laptop. It's an Acer 18.4 and it's a Spire 8930G. This comes with the many different processors. What I've got here is, if I get the info, and just bring it down. There we go. We can zoom in and just show you what the specs are. There we go. So what we got here is an Intel Core G2 T9400 at 2.5 gigahertz, 4 gig RAM. This only goes up to 4 gig RAM, so it's maxed out. Believe it or not, I bought this as faulty from eBay, and like many other stuff that I buy from eBay. So the problem with this was it was marked as faulty. Now the problem was that when you turn it on, after a couple of minutes, you get blue screen, or it freezes, or it just restarts automatically. So I thought it was going down cheap. Mind you, it didn't come with a power supply or anything like that, so I had to just buy a power supply for a AC charger. The battery is messed up as well. It doesn't charge, doesn't hold charge or stuff. So anyway, I don't plan to take this around to use it. I only bought it because, like, you know, I'll go downstairs, do work, I'll come upstairs, or when I don't want to turn on my main computer, I just do works, you know, if I want to check the eBay stuff or email, or just do some preliminary work for graphics and stuff. I just use this machine. It's quite fast, reasonably fast for, you know, what it is. What I've done, it came up with a 500 gigabyte hard drive. It's got two space for hard drives. So what I did, I bought an SSD hard drive. I installed the SSD hard drive for all the programs and the operating system, and I've got a 500 gig for all the other bits and bobs, all the other documents and stuff like that. So that is increased the speed greatly to have an SSD to boot up your Windows and your applications. Another thing is 18.4 inches screen. There's no damage or anything with the screen. There's not even a single scratch on the screen. So anyway, the problem was that, as I said, the guy said that it just turns off or restarts after a couple of minutes of use. So I thought that the problem might be with the heat, because if you turn it on and it goes through all the booting process and everything, then it shouldn't really be a problem with a graphic card or a processor or a memory or anything like that, because obviously if there's such thing, then when you're booting up the Windows, it should automatically come with an error or anything like that. So I said, let's take a risk, and just bought it, as it was cheap as well. So I bought it, brought it home. What I did, I took it completely apart, took the heatsink for the GPU, because this got its own dedicated GPU. So I took the GPU heatsink out, I took the CPU heatsinks out, cleaned them all out with the air duster and Hoover, reapplied a thermal paste. This is not a known brand. It's Zalman. It's not a bad brand, but it's not the best to standard what is out there right now. Anyway, this is what I had lying around. So I reapplied the heatsink, put it back on again, and said it's been working ever since. Not a crash, nothing. So I think the problem must have been a heat issue with either the CPU or the GPU. That sometimes after a while the thermal paste on the the CPU or the GPU or whatever processor that you're using, you're using thermal paste on it to get in contact with the heatsink and the processor itself. It dies, it dries off after a while, and you lose contact. So it's a good idea to have every couple of years to reapply the thermal paste, and hopefully that will solve most of the problem. So yeah, that's the laptop that I have, and my little scope saying hi on the top. The next computer that I have, let me just bring it up here. See, at the moment I'm not using this computer anymore because I've upgraded to something else. So let's just go up here, and this is what we got. Let's just go back. So what I got here is a custom-made PC that I made myself. It is, let me just take it out. This is the first AMD custom PC that I have, which I've obviously assembled myself. So what we got here As you see, as I said, I'm not using this. I got the RAM stick here because I was testing these RAM sticks with some other motherboard that I had. So this is 12 gig of RAM here. As I said, this is an AMD. So what I got a Phenom 6-core processor, 1055. I bought all of this motherboard and stuff from eBay, so I just put them all together. There's a space for the hard drive on the other side and the PSU on the other side. Oh, things coming out of it again. I bought this heatsink, Cooler Master heatsink, because the reason is I've overclocked this CPU. This CPU, the good thing with AMD processors are they're really easy to overclock, and they really work well when you overclock them. You get a huge performance increase when you overclock them. You're paying for the processor, overclocking, you don't pay anything else, so why not do it? Anyway, this is stocked at 2.8 gigahertz, and what I've overclocked it is to 3.7 gigahertz, and that's almost increased the performance by about up to 40%, if not more. So yeah, that's why I got many fans running around here. I don't know if that shows. Yeah, I got many fans running around in here because we go from this point of view. Because once you overclock in the processor, you need to ventilate it properly. So I don't want any heat issue, because once you get a heat issue, then you get all these restarts and crashes and stuff like that. So I got this really good heatsink compared to what other heatsinks that I used to have before. So I got 3 fans. I got one here putting air inside. I got one taking air out, and I got another one taking air out of that side. And another good thing is, because the power supply is on the other side, the power supply gets air from inside at the bottom and then vents it at the back there. So the power supply doesn't contribute to any heat inside the machine itself. And yeah, as I said, this is 3.7 gigahertz. All I had to do was just increase the core voltage and the multiplier, and that was it. It was so simple to overclock this CPU. But it was only 6 core. And I do a lot of work on animation and graphics and stuff like that, and most of the programs that I have take advantage of as many cores as you have. So I thought, it's a good idea to upgrade. So what I upgrade my computer to was, if I get enough space, I'll just put all of this stuff aside. We're gonna move to over there. Now what I got over there is a HP workstation. I got another one of these downstairs, but the old version of what this is. This is relatively, well, it's not that new, but for me it is. And I've got a bit of a modification inside that I'll explain to you what exactly is going on inside. Now let's see if I can put this aside, so we get more. There we go. There we are, that's better. So what this is a HP Workstation Z600. When I bought it, it came out with one processor, and it was X5550. Now this motherboard can handle up to 2 processors. That's why it's a workstation. Let me see if I can get rid of this. There we go. That's better. That's going forward. Here we go. Yeah. So what I like about this design of this HP workstation is that everything is modular. Everything is so easy to take out. I mean, it's working at the moment. I'm not going to take it out, but the power supply at the bottom here, as you can see, anything with the green indicator there, that means that it's user serviceable. So if I push this down here, I can pull the hard drives out. Okay. Oh, obviously what I got here, I've got an SSD hard drive in there, and I've got another hard drive just sitting, as you can see here, and I'll explain the reason that I've got there. That's what it's doing over there. But yeah, so it's it's so nice and easy and simple to maintain. Have a maintenance with this to quickly upgrade or downgrade or change things around. Again, the CD-ROM, you just pull this out and push it out. The power supply is at the bottom there. All you gotta do is just pull this and the whole power supply comes out. And so what I did, as I said, this came out with just one processor. Now I bought 2 other processors from eBay, and I've upgraded this. So as I said, it came out with X5550. Now what I got over here is X5570, two of them, and this is the original heatsink that came with the machine, and this is another heatsink that I bought. As you can see, this heatsink is much bigger. I was very lucky that it actually fit inside here, but unfortunately there was a cover here for the RAM. I had to take that out and put another fan myself there, because it wouldn't fit there, unfortunately, because this heatsink is a little bit bigger than the original, you know, the manufacturer heatsink that comes with this. So not to worry, it's still working fine. I got 16 gig of RAM, DDR3 inside this, and it's got a dedicated graphic card here. It's a workstation graphic card. It's an entry-level graphic card. It's not one of those major ones. It's ATI FirePro 3800, and it's only got 512 megabytes of RAM. But it does improve, you know, on the programs that I use, which take advantage of OpenGL. It does help a lot compared to not having a graphic card. But yeah, I need to upgrade the graphic card, and I think what I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to upgrade the processors as well. Now, one thing with this is, if you go to HP's website, it tells you the list of processors that this machine can handle, and I've seen that this can handle X5690, I think. I think that is 3.4. Let me just find out. Let's just go to Google. Nope. Let's see if you can see X5690. So go to Intel. We just take this around there. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm capturing the screen with the camera, but yeah. So yeah, this is the one that it can handle this. X59, and it's 6-core, 12-thread, 3.46 gigahertz. So I think two of them will be really, you know, really good in this machine. At the moment, what I can do is, if I just go to my, yeah, let me explain why is that I got that hard drive sitting there for no reason. We'll just go there. Just get rid of this for a bit. Okay, now the thing is, I had an external hard drive which was 4 terabytes. Now this machine, again, it has a SSD hard drive. On all the machines that I have here, I use SSD for my programs and for the operating system. Then I use another hard drive, just a mechanical normal hard drive, for all my files and the other documents and stuff that I have, because I don't want to, you know, clutter my SSD drive with my documents and stuff. And besides, the SSD drives, you know, this one I got 250 gigabyte, and on my laptop is only 120 gigabytes. So before you know it, I just do a couple of animations and it's all filled up. So it's a good idea to have, you know, to have your work separate with all the operating system and application on your SSD drive. Anyway, the problem I had was, this was an external hard drive, and it was 4 terabytes. Now I said, you know what, okay, let me just take the external hard drive apart, and let me just put the hard drive inside here, and there we go. I put it inside here, and the operating system only recognized it at 1.7 terabyte. Sorry, this was a 4 terabyte hard drive, not 4 gigabyte, what I'm talking about. Anyway, it was a 4 terabyte hard drive, and the operating system only managed to recognize 1.7 terabyte of it. So Googling around, I found out that you need to convert the hard drive to some other, you know, whatever directory format or whatever it's called, and I have to do all kind of other stuff to make it work, or have to slice the hard drive into 2. Now I thought that, you know, there must be another way. So what I did is, I took the external hard drive apart. I took its controller, which is down here. We go here. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, we got the controller over here. I already had from before and USB 3. Oh, go over there. Sorry, I had a USB 3 PCI X card here. So what I did, I took the controller for the hard drive out from the external hard drive. I put my USB 3 PCI card inside here, and I connected the interface to the hard drive, and I'm getting power from the 12 volt of the actual 12 volt rail of this computer, and I'm powering this as if this is an external hard drive. The good point about this is, anytime I want, I can take this out, the whole thing out, and just put the hard drive back in this case, and I can just, you know, again connect it as it was an external hard drive. But if I went the other way and I connected this internally, and I did whatever I had to do on the net to, you know, convert the hard drive into some form of other hard drive and connect it as internal, then I wouldn't be able to connect the hard drive to that little board that's over there and treat it as an external hard drive. Then I had to reformat it. So this way I will have the benefit of both worlds, you know, to say. So that's why I did it that way. So what I got here, I got a 256. Let's go actually to the computer and we can see what I've got. So I got here, if I got down there, sorry with all this running around here. So what I got here, I got my SSD hard drive, which was 250 gigabyte for my application and for my operating system. And as you can see here, I got a 4 terabyte hard drive here for all my files and stuff. And obviously that's my file server, which is sitting downstairs. So if I go here and we go to Cinebench and launch it up, there we go. So if we are, this obviously is the list of all the, there we go. Let's just quickly go here. So what we got here, this is the list of what is, you know, it's got this default of previous or whatever it comes up with of the list of processors. So if I run my computer against that list, so obviously each CPU has got 4 cores, and then it's got 4 additional core for its hyper-threading. So each processor can handle 8 threads, and obviously I've got 2 processors, so I'm going to have 16 threads running around and trying to you know, render this little scene on Cinebench. So let's just wait till it finishes, and then we'll see the score that I get compared to what's over there in the list. Here we go. Here we go. So I get 984 on my Cinebench. Now as you can see here, I got 8 core, 16 thread, and the one above me, it is 6 core, 12 thread, but is at its 3.3 gigahertz speed. And obviously the one at the top of that is 12 cores, 24 thread, and 1279 you will get for the speed. Now this is Core i7 3930K, which obviously got better score than what I've got. So let's see how much that CPU costs. So we got 3930K. So if I go to here, let me just zoom out. So if you go to, we're in the UK, so we're going to use Scan, which is one of the, well, I say one of the good ones out there. So if you go to Intel and don't know which, I don't know if it's 39, nope, this is 50. There we go, where we are, down here, might have been this one. Nope, 49. Now let's actually find that what it was here. So 39. Oh, I already forgot what it was. Nope, wrong thing. It was Core i7 3930. Yeah, just go away. i7 3930. So we'll go to Intel, find out what socket it is. Ooh. So we've got, yeah, 2011 socket. So if we go to Scan, it might be this one. Oh, let's just search it here for God's sake. i7 3930. Yeah, excellent. Oh, there we go. No protection plan for that. We don't want a protection plan. We want the actual CPU, for God's sake. Let's see. Core i7, I can't believe they don't have it over here, which is a bit stupid. 39, this is all the 40 series. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. Anyway, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get a price for it. So let's just actually here, let's see if we can find a price for it. Yeah, anyway, here. I could have done that here. So for the 3930, you can see the average price. The lowest price is £408 from Dabs for just the CPU itself. So to put in a, I don't know, say a reasonable motherboard into this, and then the case, and then the power supply, and memory, and hard drive, and everything, sooner or later this gonna become at least, I don't know, say if the CPU is 400, add another 400 or 500, so you're looking at about something about 700, 800 above for a system which beats my machine. If we go here, mine had, let's get it again, which mine had, I think 982, and yeah, mine had 982, and this machine that beat me at the top here, if I zoom in, there we go. So my machine comes just below this 1096, so below the Core i7 3930K. Let's just get it again rendered. This has just come up. So this machine, if I were to get this machine, to build this machine, I would have looked at something about 800, 700, 800 pound with exactly same kind of setting that I have here. And the machine that I have here is only what, say almost about 110 score it beat me with it. So you're looking at double the price of what I've got, what I've paid for this machine. So what I paid for my machine over here, the Z600, was only I think with the 2 CPUs that I've upgraded, and forget about the SSD and the external hard drive, the way it is, it cost me about £500. So you're looking at about another £400, 300, £400 for only 100 you know, score of the 100 on my Cinebench. I don't think that is worth it. I think the Xeon processor that I have here, 2 of them, much better than to have the single Core i7 over there. And as I said, you know, I can upgrade this to a better one. I'm sure I can upgrade this obviously to a better one as well still, but for a workstation, I prefer having a Xeon processor to anything else. But yeah, so that was just I thought it would be a quick video, but it just dragged on a bit. So that was just to show you some of the, well, not some, show you my workstation that I have here, and a few of the computers that I used to have, you know, used to use before for my graphic works and stuff. But yeah, if you know these Z600s go really cheap on eBay, if someone is looking to upgrade or you know, get a workstation at home and stuff, I highly recommend that you go and Google and you find out. I mean, you don't have to get a Z600, you can get a Z800, which is obviously newer than what I got here. My socket is LGA 1366 on the CPUs. The Z800 is, I think, same as this Core i7, so you get the 2011 socket on the Xeon processors. And I believe they have a new one which is 820, so you might get something better than that. But yeah, do Google around and find out about the HP workstations. They're really good, and you know, you can get a good one really cheap on eBay. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. As always, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up, and until next video, goodbye.